So how do you know how many significant figures there are once you've done calculations? There is two rules for this. There are two rules. So the first rule is, and the principle is the same, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And so you're only as accurate as your worst measurement. So for carrying out multiplication and division, you're looking for the worst number, and the worst number is the one with the least number of significant figures. So in this particular instance, and in all the instances, you just find the smallest sig fig data point, and that is as high as you can go for your final answer. So the final answer must be rounded off and reduced to 3 significant figures. All right, and this becomes quite enormous. Say someone has a 200 miles here per gallon. That's only 1 sig fig if that was the case. And so the final answer here would have to be 20. And so it can have a huge effect on the final answer because that's what it actually does. It actually a very inaccurate, imprecise, well, maybe not inaccurate, but a very imprecise measurement means your final answer is also very imprecise. For addition and subtraction, your answer, I'll just read this out because I've taken a while to word this, to be honest, and that was over a decade ago, I think. Your answer should only have the same number of unit placings as the most imprecise number. And so this here has a much finer, more precision, and this is the least precise. And so that's the most precise number, so you can only go to hundredths, you can't go to thousandths. Same with this one here, this is the most imprecise number, this is read in 10,000ths, and so this is more a smaller increment, and so are more precise, but you must measure to the most imprecise. And so we end up just completely deleting the hundredths, and just and so we have to we can only read up to 10, round off to 10,000ths, and this one here, we can't count the thousandths, we just have to round off to the hundredths. So always rounding off to the most imprecise number. Here are some questions for multiplication and division. And so I've put the number in there, but you just have to work out the smallest. So there's 3 sig figs here, so you just have 3 here. I'll just put the answers out. So in this one here, there's 3 sig figs, so 3 sig figs at the end. This one's got 4. Of these two, that one's got 4 and that one's got 5, so we're just going to the 4, so we can only throw 4 at the end and have to round off. And this one here, they've both got 4, but when you times it out, I think you get a whole heap of zeros in your calculator, so just make sure you cut it down to just 4. Some practice for addition and subtraction. Another easy way is just to draw it and draw a line, and so you can see that this one is more precise, so we're just going for the top one. And so that's just another way to work out which one is the least precise, and so what you need to round up to. So here are some more practice ones. You can see here, that's the least precise, so just chop that off. I'll just show the answers now. And so this one is the least precise is here. And so we have to unfortunately knock all those off. This one here has got 3, this one here has just the 10s, so round off to the 10s. And this one here has to the 10s, and so that actually rounds off to 0.